Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. Hey, there's so many things out there happening. I don't know where to start, but what we're going to start, we're going to start with the businessman. I mean, this young man here is trying to get people involved in the business world. And we have William Murry, and it's called the Road to Success. And this is something that all of us need to do. Get her to the road, because how do you go to the road? Tell us about the road to success.
Well, Ed, as usual, I want to thank you for having me here. Ed, with today's economy and the way the world is going today, business is the future way. There's no doubt the economy is growing, education is growing, and the need for merchandise is growing, for businesses is growing. So you got to learn the business, or you got to have the business sense to be futuristic. Mm-hmm. What business do I want to get into now that's also going to give me a future, that there will also be a need for in the future?
Yeah, and when you say future, always use the word grandchildren.
Yes.
And great-grandchildren,
Yes.
because everything that has been built in this country has been passed on from one generation to the other. And it started with real estate.
And that's what a legacy is. And you talk about real estate. There are more people of wealth in America from real estate than any industry in America.
Yeah, because the cowboys back there, what they did, they on the range, and all you had to do back there is have a 6-shooter and a shotgun, and go out and get you 150 acres.
Real estate is a stepping stone that can get you into the financial comfortness, the financial wealth that you want without having to have a major degree. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is have a little bit of business sense, have a business plan, know what you want, and a good realtor, mm-hmm. which is very important. Now, some people say, well, I can do it myself.
Mm. You can't do it yourself.
And what's the saying out there? A person who represents himself has a fool for a client.
That's right. Exactly.
I have a young lady right now that I'm trying to help get out of a situation where she trusted the gentleman who sold her a home to find out that it had more problems, little things he didn't tell her.
Mm-hmm. He didn't want to tell her.
Yeah. Tens of thousands of dollars, but she signed the papers. Mm-hmm. She didn't do what needed to be done.
Research.
She didn't do the inspection.
Right.
She didn't have a title search done.
Oh, wow.
Because she was trusting him.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
And in order for her to keep that property, now she got to come out of pocket with all this money. Because he had a lien, he had a small lien on it. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was under $10,000. Well, that's still her money.
Yeah.
She's got to give the hold on this property.
That's
all
good.
Because she didn't have a realtor to tell her, do an inspection and do a title, and get a title company to do a title search. Mm-hmm. We are professionals. See, real estate and realtors is a professional profession. You have to go to school, get 60 hours. There's constant training that you must learn on a daily basis. Because
things change.
That's
rules change.
And
jurisdictions. And you can't say, well, what happened in one county or one city. You got to check and see that particular jurisdiction. What is the ruling on it?
That's right. And because, the banks now, with what they're going through, and they're changing their rules. And I've got to know every time a bank changes rules, I got to know that rule that was changed. The state, when the state makes a change in the contracts or any piece of anything that goes into a contract, I've got to know that change.
Yes, right.
And see, being a realtor, I got access on a daily basis to that change. Mm-hmm. Same thing with business. When I say you got to think futuristic, you don't want to get into a business. Someone says, "Hey, man, I got a good business we can make money on. Let's sell pages, let's sell beepers." Well, Ed, that's not gonna work. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's good from yesterday may not work today.
Right.
You
exactly.
got to be futuristic and be ready for change to grow and build your business toward that change.
Right. And in order to do that, you had to be active. A lot of people, whatever jurisdiction, whether they have county council, mayor, or whatever, they have planning, parking planning, they have zonings. All of those things change, and they can change month by month. All one councilman, all one mayor has to do is say, hey, from now on, we want to make a change there. And you don't know the change because you didn't do your homework. And you do your homework by being active in the civic responsibility of the community where you live and work.
You know, Ed, one thing I teach in my sessions when I'm out there and I'm on stage and I'm teaching or I'm doing one of my workshops, I tell them that life is an everyday event. And life is an everyday education. So you're in school every day. Now, if you have a business or you want to open a business, you've got to go to the sessions where these councilmen do these meetings, so they tell you about the zoning, what the law is going to be changed. You've got to know that. You have to come to sessions like I teach. See, I've got a lot of small, I'm doing a course now that I'm right in the middle of. I've got 2 more weeks before it's over, where I've got business people who are small business people. And I'm showing them the futuristic, what's getting ready to happen, come down in the future, and what you have to do to prepare your business for that change and that growth. If all you do is get up and go to work in your business, and you're not taking the time to learn the changes that's coming about in that community and in that business, you have a short-lived business.
Right. Because it's change every day.
You have to go to classes like what I teach. I'm out there every day doing my studies. I'm sitting out there with the councilmen when they had them board meetings, with your senators and your Congress and
be active. That's
you
thing.
You better be active, Ed, because that's what it takes for you to be successful.
Because what you want to do, what a lot of people don't do, you want to influence the changes. Yeah, because you want to influence the changes so it's positive for you.
For you in your jurisdiction,
Right.
yes. You can't just go to work and go to work and go to work, and you look and say, wow, they're building a brand new mall over there. What happened? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, you should have been knowing that, because the planning stage is at least 2 years.
Right, and hearings, public hearings.
You have to, Ed, all of that's important.
Yeah.
You can't just focus on your business in that one little location. You've got homework.
Right.
Homework.
Yeah, because
outside of that
even on the federal level, things, you have to be aware of those too. The federal, county, and the state level, all of them have different approaches to
and they change
the same
on
thing.
a constant basis.
Yeah.
People tell me all the time, man, Mr. Murry, I see you everywhere. Yes, you do. Because I have to know what's going on. I can't teach you if I don't know.
Right. And you got to stay on top of things.
You know, one thing I got to say, Ed, that's very, very powerful, and I push this, and I push this, and I push this, and I push this. The eyes are useless when the mind is blind. In order to grow, you have to know. And that's very powerful. That's 2 things I put together, because the eyes are useless if the mind is blind. If you aren't using your mind to go out there and see and know what's going on, your eyes are useless.
Right.
And in order to grow your business and you have to know.
Yeah.
Like they say, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
Try ignorance.
and think about it.
Yeah, true. Quite true. Because
you are in class every day of your life. You have to learn something.
That's it.
And if you're in a business, it better be towards your business, towards your growth.
Right.
You can't have the same people coming in, having the same conversation, because then you get stale.
Right.
The thing is about a business, and people don't realize, see, I'm a statistics junkie. I love statistics. If you have a business, in order to grow your business, you must accumulate and get 70% new clients every month. 70%
Right.
of your business be new clients every month. And you have to constantly court your clients on a daily basis. If you do not have a database you don't have a business. Everybody that walks in your door, that calls you, that communicates with you, anything sitting around your business, there are three things that you must get from them. You must get their name, their cell phone number, not the phone number,
Not the phone number.
the cell phone number,
Right.
and you want their email address. Because you got to communicate with them. A database is something that you must have and build because you want to always communicate with your clients. I touch my clients 2-3 times a month. Almost on a weekly basis, they're getting something from me, some information. But all my information I send them isn't toward my business. See, if every time I send you something on real estate, because I'm a realtor also, one of the top realtors in the county. If I only send you stuff on real estate and you're not interested, every time you see my name, you go hit delete.
Hit delete.
Because you're not interested in real estate.
Right, right.
But if I send you something on real estate today, 2 or 3 days I send you something on jobs on companies that are hiring.
Right.
Or if I send you something on a chance on these businesses that are looking for students that they can finance in college, you're going to open my email.
Right.
And here's the thing I'll tell you why you want to get a cell phone number, the importance of a cell phone number. I'm a text junkie. I text people all the time.
All the time. But
When you send a text, 80% of most texts are read within the first 3 minutes that they're received. The other 20% are read within the first 3 hours, within the next 3 hours. So every time, like on Tuesdays when I do my conference calls ahead, I send a text out an hour before my show to everyone that's in there. Tell them the William Murry Show, the Road to Success, will begin in 1 hour and 60 minutes. The name of the show is this. Right. Tune in, and I have the number on it. Now that means within that, they're going to read my text and say, oh yeah, I forgot. Let me tune into this. And I have people, Ed, tuning in from as far away as Honolulu. I have this gentleman who every now and then, at least a couple times a month, and he's in Asia.
He's in Asia.
Yeah.
He's buying real estate.
And he's listening and growing. And what he's doing, I'm giving him the opportunity to meet people here in the country that he can do business with. Last night, I had this gentleman, I made a comment. I said, I wish I could find someone just like when I was a little boy. This guy used to come through our town, and all he did was sharpen knives. I said, I would love to find, so I got this very expensive set of knives that need to be sharpened. A gentleman on my show said, Mr. Murry, I sharpen knives. By the time, within the next 10 minutes, he had 3 or 4 people tell him, give me your number. No. I need my knife sharpened.
Right.
A knife sharpener. Because my knives I have are expensive knives, but they need to be sharpened.
Right.
So I'm a professional that can sharpen my knives. He picked up 4 clients last night.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And if you have a business that you can do online, or you can do supplies online, and you're talking to people all across the country, it shows like mine, you got to tune in. There are a lot of people out there. All you got to do is go on YouTube and see who's doing what.
Yeah, right.
Go on Blog Talk Radio and see what kind of show this is. You know, and just tune in and learn. Yeah. We're there, and it's free, Ed. It's free.
Right. Well, I think that's one of the most magnificent thing about the cell phone is that when someone gives me some information about something, or I can get that information and go to Google or something like that and find out, whereas before you had to call and all of that, and in seconds you can have that information about that company, about that person, and all you do is put the name in, and then it comes up, you know, the association and the utilization that the young people don't know how important and great they use a lot of junk, you know, games and stuff like that, but it's a tremendous business addition, because I was just looking at television where the British, they have the red telephone booth where they have destroyed them now because of the fact that cell phone, they don't need a telephone booth on it. But the idea is that even now, when you leave here, you can't find a telephone. You knew where to get a telephone because you go to the gas station.
Yeah,
The gas
always.
station.
Yeah.
You pull into the gas station. Let me make this call. So tell so and so I'll be there in a half hour or so.
You know,
See?
Ed, right today, it's not. It's really not a phone. It's a computer that you can communicate with people with. Because it's more than.
But you can't do it
more
while you're
computer than
driving.
phone.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's more computer than phone.
Right.
See, now, you look at Bill Gates. You're talking about a futuristic mind who said, how can I take a boom box, but everybody's carrying around, big boom box, a telephone, and a computer, and make it so everybody can carry it in their hand?
Yeah, right. Revolutionized communication. That's what it
thinking
did.
futuristic.
Yeah.
People look and say, Ed, you ask the kids out there that are 15 and 20 years old.
Oh, wow.
And show them an old picture
they're
of a phone booth. They look and say, what is that?
They're wizards, with
They
that.
are.
Yeah, but the utilization of it, I think, too, is very important to your business because most of the time you can make contact with that you wouldn't be able to make contact because the person's not in that particular area. You see what I mean? But that's one of the major things. But another thing, I'll give you some pointers as far as young people need, and then we're going to get into the casinos.
Oh, yeah,
Okay? Tell us.
The one thing the young people need, for one thing, is to, and this is going to be something that you hadn't thought I was going to go that way, Ed. They need to be parented. Don't let the TV educate them. Don't let them just sit there and be watching
Watch
TV.
TV.
Parent them. Give them guidelines. A child's only going to live what we teach them. And you got to take time to spend with that child. A point that I made, I told this gentleman who was having trouble with his children, they weren't focused. I said, do this. I have a series out there called The Road to Success that's on CD. I said, I'm not trying to get you to buy my series. I want to make a point to you. Here's what you do. You buy my CDs. And they're only 30, 35 minutes long per CD, and the series is 7 CDs. I says, every evening, sit down with your children and play one for 30 minutes, then talk about it.
Well, let's see, that's our idea is
It don't have to be me.
Getting young people, we have to participate with them.
That's it.
You can't say, hey, John or Mary, say, do this, and then you go off somewhere and watch a football game, or your wife go and wash her hair or something like that.
I had a buddy one
See,
time.
that's no good. See, when you do that, you have to develop an interest yourself, and that's the way to do it. Once the child see you interested in it, then they take time.
It makes a
but,
difference.
But just giving them assignment is no good.
I had a buddy one time, Ed, and I happened to be there when he was fussing at his son because the son brought home C's and D's. And he pulled off his belt, go whoop his son who was 16 and big as he was. I said, man, that's not how you're going to get him to do better. I said, let's look at something. I said, look at your house, and just you and your son, just you two. Nowhere in your house do you have a book. You don't have a magazine, a book of no sort. But you want your child to read, show him something. Put some books in here and let him see you read.
Right.
And then y'all discuss things. You tell him to read a book, and you read a book, and y'all discuss the book y'all read. Or buy a magazine and discuss the article you read.
Right. Because those are things, and I like to say what people, before we get into the casinos, what people need to do is they need to expose the children, just like right now, the business enterprise has a list of corporations that have minorities on it, and a list that don't have any minorities on it. That publication is very important because of the fact it gives you an idea where your money is going and what the opportunities are. Where you going, and that's getting back to the idea about money. See, in order to, most people, they don't think about, They go into a store and they buy. And I have a tendency to ask that question about minorities on the board of
You know,
directors.
and if
And
you
they
take
and they look at me. People look at me. Yeah, yes, but it's what's wrong with that question? And that I'm looking out for the future of the grandchildren. What is going to happen?
build that legacy.
And building. You know. So that's it.
You take as you take a child, and you
Now,
show him business, and he'll take the idea and run with it.
yeah, right.
Things you never even thought of or saw.
Yeah.
He will, because that's his generation.
Right.
And this new technology, they'll run with what we had no idea about.
Well, let's get to the casino. Now, what do you think? Here, Maryland has 5 or 6 casino sites, and Atlantic City is losing 3 or 4 sites.
8.
Really, what do you think in the business world? A lot of the people in the business world now say they like it because it brings people into the facility, or brings people, or provide jobs. Give me your synopsis of that.
It's a lot of money in casinos. It's a lot. I mean, they make billions of dollars a year. If they do what they say they're going to do, and give the amount of taxes to the school systems that they said they're going to do, I'm saying okay, because people are going to spend the money anyway. Now, remember I said something earlier about being futuristic. Atlantic City is getting ready to lose 8 casinos. 8 casinos are shutting down Atlantic City. Well, they should have saw what was getting ready to happen
Prior to the shutdown.
prior to that, because West Virginia fought and finally showed. West Virginia saw how much money was in casinos. Between Atlantic City and West Virginia, they gave the people who were against casinos $35 million to fight against casinos coming in Maryland, because they saw the value of people coming to Atlantic City and going to West Virginia to gamble. It's a big revenue.
Yeah, but
for
it's
the state.
but it's a big revenue. But the impact that it had. Now they had a article had there. They dealing with, in the first people in line were senior citizens. You know, and most of the people, your chances of winning there. Give us your idea. You say you're a great poker player now.
Yes.
Give us an idea of the chances of winning consistently. It was senior citizens. I think the senior citizens they interview, they've been playing it for years, and the most they've ever won was $350.
Ed, you will never win consistently in a casino.
The house gonna win all the time.
The house is
That's
set
why
up
it's
to
set
win.
up right.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I can show you, for instance, Ed. If you go to a casino, that's the reason they have double deck, triple deck, everything. Blackjack, they got 3 or 4 decks so you can't count the cards. If they find out you're a counter, they ban you from that casino. Why? Because that means you're winning. They can't.
What do you mean a counter? Some
A
people
counter
don't
means
understand.
someone that can count the cards and know how many cards are left and what numbers are left for them to equal 21. A card counter.
Oh, card. That's what they call.
You can be banned from the casino if you're a card counter. You can't play there if you're a card counter. That means you're going to win. If you know the odds of certain things and you become a professional gambler, they'll ban you from that casino because you're a professional gambler.
Oh, can they just ban you?
Yeah, they
from? How do they legally do that?
Because it's their establishment. That's like your house. You can ban someone out of your house because it's your house.
It's their business, so therefore they can ban you from
They
their
can
business.
ban you from that business.
For what are the charges for that?
Well, just like, you know, if you look at the old movies where they say if they catch you cheating, they beat you and all that. Well, now there are laws that protects them where they can ban you from their establishment. If they find out you're a
See, a lot of
professional-
people don't know that, you know, that are actually using it, that they can be banned from the casino if they are a constant winner.
And, you know, this facial recognition thing, that the cameras now, when you walk into a casino, the cameras already know who you are. They have your name, your address. Because when you fill out these little forms, you know, just your name, and They do that for a reason.
Okay.
And when they give you, say, okay, you want a card, so you can just give it to them. They know how much you play, and we'll give you gifts. And they know if you're a gambler and you like to gamble, and they see that you're constantly coming in and losing $300 and $400, then that card tells them that. They'll see and say, well, come up for a weekend. We'll give you a room for 2 days.
Okay.
They aren't losing air because they know you're going to bring money with you.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap this up, but give us some pointers on the casinos and how you feel it's going to affect certain people, like the senior citizen and the poor, and that the chances, what the chances of a person winning.
Anyone who wants to become wealthy off of a casino is going to be broke. It's yeah, you have someone every now and then to hit. They've got to have one person hit and put it on the media for someone to say, well, that can be me. It's just like the lottery. Same thing. You have to be smart, Ed. Now, I love poker. I do play. And when I go, I put myself on a time limit. I'm going to take this amount, and I'm going to play for this period, but I'm not going to play every day.
Okay, so that's the significant that you develop a system so that you don't lose all your money.
You don't play with your rent money. You don't play with your bill money. You play with your fund money. You pay your rent, your bills, your savings. And if you have $20, $30, $40, $100 extra, you can go play. But never play with your rent money. Never play with your bill money. Because the odds of you winning are just, it's just too slim. It's slim to none.
It's slim to none.
Slim, you got to be smart.
So really, you've heard it here on the Ed Brown Show. You know, you got all these casinos here, and I really think about it. You know, when you go out there, because they're in business to make money.
That's what it is.
And they wouldn't be in business and, you know, making millions of dollars really if they're saying they're passing it on to your school and things of that nature for taxes for your politicians. But I think you have to think not twice, 3 or 4 times before you get involved with the casinos. And think about it is that just like Mr. Murry was saying, that it's certain priorities that you have to set. And those priorities are your livelihood, just like your rent money and your food money and your household money, you know. And so, sure, you might win, but I don't think it's a great idea to put the casinos on your
not as a long-term
long-term things, right? Okay, then. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have a couple series here concerning business, and we're going to have some young people involved and mentoring Mr. Murry here, and he's going to bring some in so you all can see the young people are doing well, and what we want to do is encourage them, okay? And then, hey, keep your business straight. Have a business plan.
Yeah.
This is Ed Brown. See you next time.